Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been amazing, the support over this last year and a half that we've been doing this channel. I can't thank you guys enough, so thank you again. And don't forget to subscribe, lots of videos coming your way. Alright guys, top 5 things that I hate about this bike. Well, it's pretty hard to hate things about this bike, to be totally honest, but there is a few. There's a few things that I've learnt that I don't like as much. Alright, so let's start with number 5. So number 5, guys, is, now this isn't really, I'm just gonna stop up here, guys. This isn't really a massive thing for me, at least, but generally speaking, this is something that has been brought up in the Triumph world, well, in the bike world completely, about this bike. And let's just get off here, sticker in neutral. Oh, sometimes it's hard to find neutral too on this bike, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, but that's not one of them. Alright, so number 5, now it's actually really not that heavy. Now it's the weight of it. Now I do notice I've had some 600s. This is being a 1050, you know, it's going to be heavier. But noticing moving it around the garage, I've got a tight spot in my garage. You know, it is considerably heavier than, you know, say a street triple. You know, I'm sure it feels heavier than a Super Duke and a Aprilia and all the rest of it, which it is heavier. Which is something that the new bike, if you're watching this video, you would have seen in my last one. I've put a deposit down on the new 2021 1200 RS, which that is supposed to be a bit lighter. It's supposed to be about 13 or 14 apparently kilos lighter, which will be very interesting. I mean, this is lighter now that I've got this amazing SC Project exhaust, and I've taken away the big arrows. It's definitely lost about 8 kilos, but it's still a heavy bike, but nonetheless. Alright, number 4. Now this is something that you know, was a bit my fault to start with. When I first got this bike, I was playing around with it, and because this bike is keyless, now let's see if I got the key on me. Let's get this out. Alright, so this is just a key fob, which is something I am not a massive fan of. Not the fact that it's not handy just to put it in your pocket and away you go, is that I actually left the screen on the bike, and the battery ran flat, which was super annoying because I went to ride it and the bike was flat. I didn't have a trickle charger, so I couldn't charge the battery, so I had to get it towed back to the guys because I wasn't sure what was wrong with it at the time, and yeah, it worked out it was just the bloody battery. So I think what happened was I just didn't turn it off. So the button here, I didn't switch the off button properly. Don't know how, but every time now I turn it off, I make sure that I definitely switch it off. I killed the engine, but the screen I must have left on, and it ran the battery flat. Very annoying. And also, you know, you've got, when you fill it up with petrol, you've got to use the key anyways, so a little bit annoying. You can get a quick release one, but you know, that's more money. Maybe on the new bike they'll change that, who knows. But yeah, not a massive deal, guys, but again, it's these little things that you do notice. Alright, then number 3. Alright, number 3, let's get on the bike. number 3 is the power. Now, the price of this bike here in Australia is, you know, new. They're $25,000. They're a lot of money. They're, you know, S1000 single R money. And this bike has 150 bhp, which is plenty, but in the fact of a super naked saying these days, you know, 180 plus is where you kind of want to be, and this bike doesn't quite do it. But you know, what can you do? I guess it's not a big deal, because like I said, this bike is more than quick enough. As you can see, it moves very nicely. Now that I got that quick shifter, it is amazing. But yeah, it's something that the new bike obviously will be addressed, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. Alright guys, number two. Oh yeah, number 2 is the fact that I had to pay, well, $600 Australian dollars for this bike to be fitted with a quick shifter. These days it should really be standard. You know, when you're paying this much for a bike, you know, I think it's a must. I think, you know, I paid, like I said, I paid big money for this bike, and it really should have been thrown in at least, or, you know, be standard on this bike for sure. Oh yes, how good is that quick shifter? It's a must. Oh, it just transforms the bike. It really does. Really transforms the bike. Love it. Oh, such a good fun bike. You probably can't even hear me. This bike's so freaking loud now, but hopefully you can. Alright guys, so number 1 on my list is the fact that anti-wheelie is all tied in to the electronics. So most of the new bikes these days have obviously you can change your wheelie control separate to your modes. You know, this one you can obviously stick it into a few different modes, but let's put it in sport, but it's not separate, which is something I hope they address with the new bike. I pray to God that you can play with that a little bit, because you would like traction and be able to wheelie, but you know, again, not a massive thing, but something I would really like to see. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, this is an amazing bike. I'm really nitpicking here, but yeah, obviously there's always a few little things that you learn that you don't like so much. But anyways, thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Lots of videos coming. Alright, peace out.